Hi, this is Roland Jean Charles from PMI JCM Realty Group, where we manage properties from an asset management perspective. Have another great article for you today. And of course, as I state, I don't like reading these articles verbatim, so I'm just going to have this PowerPoint presentation where I talk through the key points of the article. And of course, you'll have an opportunity to access that article and read it yourself. And at the end, I'm going to talk about the webinar that I'm going to be doing and other ways to contact me if you need more information, if you have any questions. So let's get started. So what is this new topic about, right? So the topic that I'm going to discuss with you today is 5 amazing tips for better rental property owner reporting and communication. Now, this is a very important topic. I mean, reporting and communication is important in any business that you can think of. And to be perfectly honest with you, that is probably the number 1 and number 2 complaints of property owners, right? They don't have good communication from their property managers, and they don't have good visibility into the financials or the reporting. So I would say for any property owner that's looking at this video or reading the article, make sure you ask your property managers about these tips that I'm going to be sharing with you to see if they can implement them. And for property managers, don't wait for your owners to ask you about implementing these tips. Start implementing them yourself now so that you can add value to your property, your owners. So what are the tips, right? So the first tip that I want to discuss is automation, right? Automation is a buzzword that's used nowadays in almost every area of life and almost every area of business. And so from a property management perspective, right, what you really want to do is you want to have a system, preferably a property management software or some type of system like that can automate the reporting to your owners, right? So let's say on a monthly basis, reports will automatically go out to the owner, and the reports will automatically go out to you. So that way, both you and the owner will have visibility into how the portfolio is performing, right? And it's very easy to set up once you have a property management software. If you don't have a property management software, it would be a little harder to do to automate that because you have to do all the number crunching. But it's very easy to do in property management software. It's just a couple of clicks of a button and doing some configuration. So that's the first thing you should look into, automating those reports going out to the owners and to you each month, preferably by the first of the following month for the entire 30 or 31 days of the previous month, right? And so that's the first tip. The next tip is pre-planning, right? And so what does pre-planning mean, right? You'll have situations where your owners need to talk to you, or you need to talk to your owners for whatever reason, right? And so the best way to improve your communication with your owner is to look at your schedule and look at the owner's schedule, right? Maybe it's on a weekly basis, maybe it's on a monthly basis, maybe it's quarterly, right? But what you want to do is set up some time with those owners so that you can have questions for them, let them have questions for you, so you can have a discussion about your portfolio. I mean, this is a low-tech approach, but if you take this approach and you properly schedule time ahead of time, pre-plan with your owners, you're able to provide them that visibility, right? That communication. They feel as if you're actively doing something, because there's another complaint that owners have as well, that they feel like you're not doing anything, right? And you may be doing a whole lot of things. And so pre-planning these times to have discussions will definitely help change that owner's view of you as a property manager. The next thing that I want to talk about is self-service, right? And self-service is like the other side of the same coin for automation, right? Automation, the computer or the system does it automatically. For self-service, you're providing the owner the ability to go into the system and generating reports based on what criteria they think is important. And this will be dynamic, meaning it will happen in real time and they can just pull and generate the report as they need. Now, a lot of property management softwares do offer you the ability to do that. So just look into that and offer your owner that option to say, hey, if you have any questions or you want to get a certain report about, the finances or anything about your portfolio, just go into the system and give them a training on how to do that. And that would definitely make you put a feather in your cap, right? So the next tip that I have is dedicated time. And so to me, and this is the analogy that I have, it's similar to office hours, right? So, if, for those of you who's going to college or even high school, right? There are office hours where you can go talk to your professor or your counselor, right? There's a set of time that's blocked off where any student can come in and talk to the professor about any questions that they're having regarding the class or, assignments or whatever the case may be. This can be easily translated to your property management business. You can set up a block of time, right? And during that block of time, you can either have a Zoom meeting going or some type of webinar, something that the owner can easily access to hop on and ask you a question if they have any. And this can also, it doesn't have to be a video. It can also just be a conference bridge, right? Where, open office hours, they can just hop on and they can ask you whatever questions that they need to ask you, discuss whatever they need to discuss with you, and then hop off. Now, if they have to discuss something sensitive or you need to talk to them about something sensitive, you may schedule a dedicated time to do that. You may schedule a meeting to do that, private meeting to do that. However, this allows owners to come on and ask questions, and it shows, it puts another feather in the cap because it shows that you're actively providing ways for them to communicate with you, right? Open door policy, right? And the last tip that I have is outsourcing, right? And so property owners, for the most part, when they hire a property manager, they're outsourcing the management of their property to you, right? They're still the investor, they're still generating revenue, right? But they're outsourcing a specific task to you as a property manager for efficiency, right? Because they want to focus on the core competency of building their portfolio, right? You as a property manager can do the same thing, right? You can outsource some of these tasks, whether it is for the reporting task, making sure that that gets to the owners, or whether it's the communication, right? You can hire someone to send out notifications and make sure that the owners are communicated to or are in the loop, right? So if you follow these 5 tips, you as a property manager would definitely improve your communication with your owners, and it will also provide the owners with the visibility into the reporting so that they'll understand the success of their portfolio. If you like this article, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I have a Facebook group that I would like you to join and to ask questions. It's a community that I am hoping that you get a whole lot of value out of, and you can access that the link to that community, that Facebook group, at the end of this article. And also I'm going to put a link on the bottom of this video. Also, I will be holding a webinar that you can also come to, and the webinar is going to be about streamlining your business for massive growth. So if you like this article, please join my Facebook group. Please come to my webinar. Thank you and have a great day.